Hello everyone. Give me +1 if you can hear me properly and see my screen. On message chat box, type +1. Okay. Okay. So few things before we start. First of all, as you can see, I have shared a Visual Studio screen. So you should open a Visual Studio, and along with the class, you should all practice what we discussed here. Generally, each class will have a problem that we will solve and try to understand the concepts around it. So the problems are designed in such a way that it will try to explain or clarify some concepts around it. Okay. So please, everyone, please open your Visual Studio application and then create a new file with some name. Basically, the name should be self-explanatory, like what logic we are writing there. Then we should write input underscore output that I have created .js file. So this is JavaScript classes that we are going to discuss. So this is how we should get ready with. Okay. So open your Visual Studio. One more thing I wanted to convey is today only you have group mentoring session by 2 p.m. Okay, today 2 p.m. So please check your Google calendars invites and please join. That will be very helpful. They are very good way to understand lot concepts and practice. Okay, I'm not audible, is it? It's 3 p.m. Okay, maybe time can be differ, but might be. So if anyone facing problem with my audio, I believe it is from your side. So please rejoin the class. I believe that will resolve the issue, or check your internet connection. Okay. Okay. So with that, let me start today session. So today is a very first lecture where we will try to understand what is software and how to take user and what actually mean by input and output and how to do that. Okay. So when we say software, what comes in your mind? Uh, okay, and throughout the class, you can ask me questions over the chat. I will be monitoring this chat every time. If you have question, directly post, write some about that question over the chat box. I'm monitoring it. I'll read it and I'll clarify that doubt. Okay. So use chat box as an interaction tool with me throughout the class. Anytime, anywhere, any number of times you can ask any question. I'll be here to answer that. Okay. I speak very understandable English. I do not use heavy words and I speak very slowly. So try to follow. Okay. Okay. So first thing that comes in my mind is one of the example of of a software is in real life is ATM. So think about it. Before ATM, does not have physical form. Yes, book is done. Yes, you can say that. So in real life, think about an ATM machine. Okay, so before ATM machine, how it world was, how world used to work. Okay, think about you are living in today life and ATM is not yet discovered. Okay, ATM is not doesn't works. ATM is not known to humankind till now. So how I'll come to that. I'll tell you how to create a new file and run it. Okay, I'll come there. Let us understand this example first. Let us create a background. Let us create a picture about software and then we'll go there. Okay. So I'm trying to paint a picture here, trying to understand how, where, and why softwares are required. Okay. So one of the examples that we are discussing is ATM. So how the world is before ATM? We suppose the ATM is not discovered yet. It is not existence. It is not known to mankind. Now, if you want to withdraw, deposit, or do any kind of work, mini statement or any kind of work, we basically need to go to the bank And what happens? Suppose a person who is withdrawing from ATM, he doesn't have the option to withdraw from ATM. He has to go there. So all the operations, even small operation, has to be performed from the bank branch, right? So it will have a lot of people. It will have a lot of long queues, right? And we used to see that, right? In early days, when ATM was not that usable or not that common to people, people used to go to the banks branches, and it used to have a lot of um, um, lines and queues, and people used to get frustrated. Even to withdraw 100 rupees, people used to have a 3 hours line or 2 hour line. Has to You have to stand in such a line or a queue to get your work done. Now, similar way, somebody from our among us understood this, and he said, "Okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stand in a line like this. There must be some solution to this problem." So this is a problem, real life problem. Do you understand? This is a real life problem where a simple work related to bank has to be, to complete that work, we have to stand in a line, in a queue, which will have 100 of peoples in line, right? And everyone is in a hurry, so you cannot say, give me a priority queue, right? Give me a queue where I can do my work fast. Bank won't be able to do that because everyone is in a hurry there, right? So someone among us understood this problem, and he tried to solve this problem. He said, okay, this problem can be solved. I do not need everyone to go to the branch. Some task which can be done by simple software and hardware, we can do it from away from bank. And how to do it? There comes the discovery of ATM. So there was a necessity. Someone understood this real life problem, and he discovered this. Now, what is an ATM machine? ATM machine is combination of hardware and software, right? So one hardware is required, which can basically withdraw, take some input. Basically, it should understand what the user wants, and depending on that, it should produce an output. But machines are very dumb in nature, right? They can understand only the on and off, like our fan. It can understand only on and off. I can switch on the fan, I can switch off the fan. When I say on, basically I'm saying start the fan. When I'm saying stop, basically it is stopping the fan. What internally goes, current goes in the coil and starts moving, and something. But simple way, the commands are very simple. Either it will be on or off. But in today's life, things are getting better. Things are getting intelligent. When I say intelligent, what I mean is, now they are able to understand us, right? Now they are able to understand us. So basically, they are able to communicate with us. How they are able to communicate with us? They are able to communicate with us using the software. So machine understand machine language. That is 0 and 1, right? On top of that, we will write some logic. We'll write some program which will run on top of it, and it will act as a platform to understand, to interact with human being, right? And this platform, this person, the software, what it does, it takes input from the user and communicate this input to the machine in his language, a kind of interpreter. He understands our language and converts this instruction into machine level language, and machine starts understanding 0 and 1. He performs the task, right? So suppose this is a machine, and to make it user friendly or intelligent, we need a software on top of it. So basically, what is a software? A software is a predefined instructions that runs over a machine. Okay. So when we do some task, we know how to do it, right? When you know how to do it, basically you write them in a step. Okay, first you do this, first you do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. So now your mother knows how to do your laundry. So what she will do? First, collect all the dirty laundry in your laundry bag. Go to the washing machine room. Now open the lid, pour the clothes, then the surf or detergent, and then close the lid. Choose the correct, depending on the number of clothes, choose the correct path, amount of water, choose the correct spin, and then start the washing machine, right? So this is one of the instruction that I can write, and this instruction can be followed by anyone who doesn't understand how to wash, how to complete their laundry, can follow these instruction and perform this task. Are you able to follow me? These are instruction I can write, right? I know how to do the task. I'll write them in a stepwise instruction. These instructions should be clear enough that anybody who doesn't understand anything, he only knows how to read the instruction, he should be able to do the task. So what is the main purpose? It should not be ambiguous. The instruction should not be ambiguous. Same thing you can compare with software. Software, what we do, we write these logics in a language, in a, like we are going to understand JavaScript language. So we'll write this logic in a JavaScript language instead of English language, and these logics will be compiled and formed in an executable, and this becomes a software. This becomes a program, which when somebody executes, basically it executes this instruction and performs the task. Now, when it performs the task, basically it needs some kind of inputs, right? In ATM machine, it will ask you to authorize yourself, because in a bank, I cannot have anybody withdraw some money. I should first understand, okay, who are you and do you have a bank account in my bank? And if you have a bank account, do you have money in your account? So first you need to authorize yourself. So how authorization works? It will first ask you and insert the card, right? In ATM machine, what it does, insert the card. So what is insertion of card? Basically, it reads your information. Bank does what? It puts the information about you, customer ID, something which uniquely identifies you in that card. And when you put the card inside the machine, it reads the chip or the black strip where these information are placed. Okay, it reads there, and then it understood, okay, his customer ID is this, he's this person. Okay, now you should enter a password which you have already set it previously to identify yourself. He will try to ask you the input. So this is this position where you input the password to identify, to authenticate yourself, is basically you are providing an input to the software, right? Do you understand this? We all agree with this, right? Give me +1 if you are agree with this. This is a kind of input we are giving to the software, right? This is a kind of input that we are giving to the software where it understands, okay, you are the person who owns this account. Now, once he has the password, he understand, okay, this is the person who owns this house. Then he will ask you how much money you want to withdraw. Until unless he asks you how much money he wants to withdraw, you will be like, it will be fixed every time, it will dispense 100 rupees. That is not so user friendly, right? You authenticate yourself, then he will go ahead and check if 100 rupees is present in your account or not, and he will throw a 100 rupees note. That is not user friendly, right? This is very bound to a single use case. ATM has to be intelligent enough. So he says he's interacting with you. How he is interacting with you? He's giving an input. He's giving an output to you to enter the amount that you want to withdraw, right? So basically, he is giving you output where you can read the output and try to understand what will be your next input. Do you all agree? Until unless he outputs some in after authenticating yourself, he outputs something, how we will understand what to do next, right? What to do next? I don't know. Do I need to select some operation? Do I need to enter the amount? What I need to do? So basically, it will be output. So machine, after executing some command, this instruction should take input from the user and should give output to the user. With the output and input, basically with input, you are giving some data to the program, and this program process this input depending on the logic that is written for this program, and then depending on that, it gives you some output. This output can be a final output. This output can be a in between output to process further, right? Like enter the amount. So when you enter the amount, it goes ahead, it checks your account. Okay, this amount is already present. We have greater or equal amount in that, so I can withdraw this amount. So he will say, okay, authenticated. Then we'll go inside it. He will check if I have the money, that amount. If he has it, he will withdraw the money and give it to you. And he will say your transaction is complete, right? So this is a form of input and output. Similarly, in washing machine example that we saw, basically you go ahead and right now it has buttons you can do. Later on, you can connect this program to a web application, put a Ethernet and connect, or put a Wi-Fi and connect to you Wi-Fi, and then it will have some IP address. Then you go ahead and log in, connect to web interface. Your mobile can connect to web interface. Then he can type a command. He can type a command like, okay, start the washing machine. So what it will do, it will go ahead and send this command. He will know where I need to send the command. He will go and send the command to the identify the washing machine with the IP address. He will go there. He will put the command and execute the commands. Either it is on the machine or on the web, like Facebook, right? When you create your what happens when you want to use a Facebook account? You go ahead and create your account. When you create your account, basically you provide some information so that later on we can identify, the Facebook can identify this is you who are using the application, right? So he asks you, okay, enter the username, enter a password, confirm the password so that you will understand, okay, twice, there is a very less probability that a person will enter wrong information twice, right? So that's why he tries to confirm the password and then he stores the information somewhere. Next time you go ahead and log in, basically it will ask, okay, enter the username and password. Once you enter the username and password, he will go to his database. He will check whether the username and if the username is there, check the password. If the person entered the password and whatever password is stored previously is same or not. If it is same, provide him the interface to interact, to do whatever task you want to do, right? So here input is what? Here input is when you give information to the Facebook, and output is which he gives information to you, right? He tells you enter the password. Okay, these are the feeds you have, and this is how it works. So as we understood, what is software? Software is just a logic which takes some input and process it using the logic that is written to us and provides the output. These outputs can be many places. It can be a final output to the program. It can be a output to interact with the users. We all understand this, right? Give me +1 if you are clear till now. If you are able to process, if you are able to picture these examples, ATM machine, washing machine, and Facebook machine that we discussed, right? So you are able to picture how it works, what is input, what is output, how program works and all, right? Okay. So let me go to the file. So we will create a new file. Okay. So when you open your this Visual Studio, you will get this Explorer, right? You are able to get this Explorer, right? Once you have this Explorer, there will be open editors, and here you can see create a new file, right? Here you can see create a new file. Can you see it? Give me +1 if you are able to follow me on JS. Yes. So when you click this, basically it will open a new file here, and it will give you option to select which language you want to code on this file. So click on here. When you left click on there, it will ask for the language. Here you type Java, and see here it is giving me options. So I need to do it in JavaScript, right? No, I don't have an Explorer. You don't have an Explorer. So you can open Explorer, File Explorer. Where is File Explorer? I think this one gives you. Can you see these options? This must be there, right? This left bar. So click on here, it will open the Explorer. Is it opening the Explorer? Yes. Once you have this Explorer, click on this new untitled file. Once you click on here, it will open a file. Here you can go ahead and type Java and then select JavaScript. So basically it knows, okay, this is a JavaScript where you want to code something. Yes, then it will download the node.js for it, and IntelliJ will be given to it, right? So install the extension also. That will be helpful. It's showing different. I believe yesterday there must be some session where they must have explained you how to use Visual Studio, isn't it? Could you please repeat the steps? Okay, please follow now. So basically, either you will have this. I believe you will have this for sure. Okay, so when you open JavaScript, Visual Studio, when you open Visual Studio, you will have this items in the left hand side. Okay, so you should go there, click here, click here. It will give you an Explorer. It will open Explorer, and we will have this open this open editor. They didn't tell properly how to download. Okay. Download the software. If you don't have Java Visual Studio, you should download it immediately, because from now everything we will do it over Visual Studio. Okay. You must need a Visual Studio application. Yes, I'll come to terminal. When I'll come to terminal, I'll explain the terminal. Okay, no issues. Now you can see, right? So you open this, click on this, you open a file, untitled file will you open, then click on this select language, click on here and type Java. It will give you an option related to Java. You need to select the second one, JavaScript. Select here and it will open a new file. Okay. No editor open, no editor. So even if you click this, there is no editor open. Then what you should do, go to file, and here from file, see from file options that we have. From file you say new file. Okay, it opens a new file. And can I type here JavaScript? No. So type anything like input. Does it open? No. Open file, new file. Oh, sorry, new file, right? New file. Test.js. New text file. Open file. New file. Built in. Okay, huh? So go to file, go to new file. Okay, go to file, go to new file. Inside here, click on text file, built in. When you fit text file, basically we will come here in the same place. And again, you select here, select the language, and here select the JavaScript. Java, you type Java, then it gives you an option. Here select JavaScript and it will open your file for you. Are you all able to open the file? I hope you all have able to open the new file, right? We are done here. Okay. Now, as we discussed, okay. So now, as we discussed, we want to learn about how to provide an input and how to provide output. How basically programs takes input and how program when he tries to help me, sir. Okay, what is the problem? Type your problem. This is the very first class, so we understand, right? You will have problems. So I'm here. Please type your problem. I'll try to Java not selected. Java not selected. So you are able to open the file like this. Click on file, go to new file. When you go to new file, it will say text file. Select text file. Are you able to get this? Are you able to get this page? Text page? Please respond. Once you are here, they see here, select a language. You need to select, click here, left click here. And inside here, you type Java. You type Java here. Once you type here, it will basically gives you all the options that start with JA. JavaScript. You should select JavaScript. You should select JavaScript. You should select JavaScript. Okay. Okay. So in JavaScript, we are going to learn JavaScript, right? We are JavaScript language. So what is JavaScript? I'll just give you a brief idea. So any language that we use, like we are using English language to communicate to each other. What is this language used for? Can I select JavaScript? Yes, you should select JavaScript only. You should only select JavaScript, okay? Nothing else. We are going to code in JavaScript. So when I started coding, when I tried to understand coding, I had a doubt like, what is this? What is this language? C language, C++ language, JavaScript, Java. What is this? I don't understand what is this. So try to understand in such a way that we have languages, right? When we are very kid, we are toddlers, we learn our mother language, mother tongue, right? So that is the most important, most basics one, because everyone in our home communicates with that, right? Yes. So communicates with that. So how to communicate with that? When you want to convey something that is in your mind, the thoughts that you are getting, you want to convey with other people. Basically, you need a language. I cannot talk gibberish. You don't understand. You talk in a language that I understand, right? So whether it is a sign language, whether it is an English language, whether it is a Hindi language, doesn't matter. So basically, I should speak in a language, or I should talk something which is mutually understandable by both of us. If I'm saying I, you also understand what is I means, and I also understand what is I means. When I say understand, you also know what is the meaning of understand and what is the meaning of understand to me, right? So I am having some thoughts, and when I want to communicate with each other, I'm using some language. Similar way, when you want to communicate something with the machine, you want to talk to machine, basically you will have to use some programming language. So these instructions, like this instruction to do your laundry, the laundry, dirty laundry that you want to clean, the instruction, your mother has written this instruction. She was going to a market and you are still sleeping, and she wrote these instructions in the paper. So basically, she was communicating with you in English language or Hindi language or any mother tongue language that we follow, right? She will write, okay, wake up, brush your teeth, go to kitchen, take the breakfast. After doing breakfast, do the laundry. How to do the laundry? These are the instructions you should follow to do the laundry. So basically, these are instructions that is given to us to do some task, right? And these are written in some language. Similarly, we will write this language here. Like Ghajini, we all know Ghajini movie, right? He lost his memory. But when he wakes up in the morning, he doesn't know anything. He doesn't remember anything. So what he does, he keeps track, he keeps instruction for himself. Okay, first thing you need to do is do this. The second thing you need to do is this. This is your enemy. This is your friend. This is where you need to go to withdraw money, right? So these are instructions that he is giving to himself to start working, right? How to select JavaScript? This is very basic. It should not take that much time, guys. So you can see file, right? You can see file. Click on file, left click on file, then say new file. New file will give you this window, create new, select text file here, built-in text file. When you select, you will end up here, okay? When you land up here, see here, select a language is written in blue. You left click there. When you left click there, it will ask you to select the language. Here you type. Once you start typing, it will give you an option to select. And here you can either go ahead and type full JavaScript, or you can select from the option JavaScript. And this will open a new file. Isn't it? Are you able to understand now? Okay. So JavaScript is a language in which in this language, basically we will write some instruction that will be followed, or that will be executed or followed by the machine to perform some task. To perform some task, basically it needs some input and output. So first thing we're going to understand is how to take input and how to give an output, right, from a program. So in JavaScript, we use console.log. Console.log, and it uses a braces. Inside this braces, I can write anything. Whatever I write, basically it will go and get displayed on the output unit. JavaScript itself is a programming language, okay? It has its interpreter behind. So you write some language, it interprets and converts it into machine level language. JavaScript is JavaScript. This is like asking English language is written in which language? English language is itself a language. We are learning this language. Okay. Now, anything that comes under double quotes will go and get printed as it is. Okay. So suppose I want to say hello. So I want to say hello. So this is the program. This is how I can write hello. Now, what instruction I wrote? I simply used console.log and said hello. How basically program is accessing this monitor, this output unit to display the units. Basically, when you are learning to understand a new language, you don't know how to access the monitor right now. So predefined functions are provided by any language, like console.log is a predefined function which is available to us. This console.log has some instruction which will be followed by machine to display this hello over output unit. Am I making sense? These are also kind of instruction, but they are provided to us so that I can use to output these units, output this hello to the output unit. How to do that? When you understand and complete JavaScript, you completely understand JavaScript, you can go ahead and check in the interpreter. There must be some logic in the console.log, which is written to access the hardware, to access the display unit. Don't go there, just understand this is some predefined function that is available to us. We can use it to display something information over the output unit. I'm making sense, right? You guys able to understand? Give me +1 if you are with me till now. Okay. Okay. So this is the instruction. This is the instruction you should also write console.log, and then this is a parenthesis that I say. This is the start and end of the function. And here I write hello. So whatever I write here, basically it should be displayed. This is how you output anything in a JavaScript program. This is the way you should output anything, any message to the user. Like ATM machine wants you to enter the amount. So basically he will use console.log and will say enter the amount you want to withdraw. So this will that message will come inside this double quotes, right? Okay. Now save this file. How to save this file? Either you use Control S to save the file, or you can here inside here this one, save all. You can use this one to save the file. Sir, console.log is a predefined language. Predefined instruction or a function, okay? Predefined instruction that is available to us to display something on the output unit. It's part of JavaScript language. It is written in JavaScript only, okay? There is no separate language, console.log. JavaScript is a part of, console.log is a part of JavaScript. Okay, so you guys saved the file. How to save? Control S, save, or go take help of Open Editor, and here there will be a button to save all. So once you save all, we want to execute this program, right? We want to execute this program. How to execute this program? Go to terminal. Go to terminal. Here you can see the options that we have on the top, leftmost top. So go to terminal. When you select terminal, it will ask you to open a terminal, right? So open a new terminal. Once you open a new terminal, basically it will give you a terminal, right? This command prompt. Now there is a chances that this will be a PowerShell for view. So in this terminal window, check for this sign, plus sign. Can you see this plus sign, launch profile? Are you able to follow? Are you able to see this launch profile? Click here and say select default profile. Click on select default profile. Click on select default profile. When you select default profile, basically it will, for me, it is giving directly first thing command prompt. If it is not showing command prompt, type here command prompt. Are you able to see command prompt? Guys, are you able to see command prompt? Select command prompt. So what happens? Basically, whenever you open a new terminal, it will open a command prompt for you. Okay. Is it clear? you can check it. Now, if you go ahead and click on this plus sign, basically you will say command prompt default. Can you see this default in command prompt now? If anyone having problem, I can repeat this step. Till now, I repeat, sir. Okay, repeat. Got it. So we are opening a terminal, right? So after writing this instruction console.log, I want to execute this program, right? So what should I do? I should go to terminal, this terminal option in the top leftmost corner. So file, editor, selection, you are getting this option, right? So terminal, select on terminal, and here you select new terminal. When you select new terminal, basically this will, a terminal window will open in the bottom, right? A terminal window will open here. Now there is a chances that this terminal is in PowerShell. We do not want to execute in PowerShell. We want to execute in command prompt. So how to change to command prompt? You go to this sign, plus sign here. When you click, basically you will get some options. In that option, the last option is select default profile. Select default profile. Sir, I not completed JavaScript task. I didn't understood your question. You are not able to open a file in JavaScript for JavaScript. Is it like that? Okay, rest of you, please go ahead and select default profile. When you select default profile, JavaScript does not show. Okay, so your Visual Studio doesn't have that extension, JavaScript extension. It must be asking you to install some extension. Go ahead and install the JavaScript extension. Okay. Whoever has having JavaScript, go to select default profile. When you select here, basically it will give you some option. You should select command prompt. If command prompt is not there, type here command prompt, it will come to command prompt. Then select that. Once you select that, next time you open a terminal, it will open you a command prompt. Okay. Now, once we are done with the terminal, right here node. Okay. Node is basically the compiler or interpreter that will be used to compile our program. And here you should enter the name of the file. Enter the name of the file. Okay. So when you save the file, it must have asked you to enter the file name. So you must have entered some file name. So enter that file name. For me, the file name is, what is PowerShell? PowerShell is a terminal, okay, that can be used to do programming in Python. So it kind of another option similar to command prompt, okay, a terminal to interact. Nothing more than that. Don't go there. We need command prompt, okay. So type your file name. What is my file name? My file name is input output. And once I have it, I basically press enter, and it executed this program and printed hello. Okay. Are you able to get output hello, everyone? No. Why no? What is the problem? I am audible to other guys. Please check your connection. There is not showing command prompt. It should command prompt. Click here, select default profile. If it is not showing, right here command. See, when you type command, it will come command prompt here. Then you select. Right? You should do like this. Module not found error. JavaScript is not installed on your Visual Studio. Install JavaScript extension. Most of the people got the output. That's really good. We'll go to the next part. But this is the first class. I should take everyone with me, right? Not in first class. In fact, in my all class, I believe in taking everyone with us. So we'll go by everyone. Why we have to write before file name. why we have to write before file name? See, when you are coding, basically before saving, you cannot execute it, right? So during saving, you can give the file name, or you can choose to give the file name when you create the file. How to create the file? New file, text file, select here JavaScript. Once you select here, instead of directly coding here, go ahead and rename it F2. No, so save it directly, Control S here, right? So once you save, you basically enter the name of the file. Node is the compiler name for JavaScript. Okay, this is used to compile our program. How to install JS extension? I should not go there because it will take a lot of time. Try this one. Go to run and install additional debuggers and try to search JavaScript there. Okay. If you are still having problem, not able to do it, get in touch with some operational team guys. Okay. They will get in touch with you individually and resolve this problem. I cannot do it here because I have few more things to cover. Here you can see view extension. I think this will help you. View extension. And here you search JavaScript. Is it giving? JavaScript. See, try to install these scripts. Maybe it will resolve the issues. View, then extension. Extensions, view extensions. Okay. Yes, you should install the extension. Okay, so this is how we output something from program. If you want to display something to the user, to the person who is using the program, you can use console.log. Now there is a point, there is a next input is input. How to take input? Suppose I ask him to enter the password. Now there should be a way so that user can insert the password, right? So for that we use yes. So in English language, we stop a sentence using dot, right? Dot is used to complete a sentence. When dot is found, we say that the sentence is complete, right? Similarly, in JavaScript programming language, we give semicolon when an instruction is complete. When a sentence is complete or when an instruction is complete, in programming language, we say instruction. A complete non-ambiguous instruction is complete, we say semicolon. Semicolon basically tells us that this instruction is complete here, is ends here. Okay. So semicolon is must. Now, to take input, this is how we take output. This is how we provide our output to the user. Now, to take input, basically, we will use read line. Okay, read line is a function which is used to take inputs. But read line also needs some new code to read from the file. Sir, I run the program successfully, but there is no option to use command prompt in plus sign. No, when you select here, basically you need to go and select default profile. Okay, go to default profile. Here you type command prompt. Once you type command prompt, basically it will give you an option and you select this. Okay. So this will make that when next time when you open a terminal, it will basically a command prompt terminal. See how to make sure it will show you here CMD. Otherwise, it will show a power PS. Yes, this is what is expected. Hello at the output. Okay, how to take inputs? Input can be done. Input should be done using read line. So to make read line work, what read line does? Basically, read line reads from a file. So just for now, since it is our first class, for now, remember that whatever code is needed for read line, I will directly paste it, and you should also do it for now. As we progress further, as we go ahead and learn more things, basically these things will become more clear to you. Okay, so basically I should go ahead, give me a minute. Which JavaScript terminal install? Install all of them, doesn't make difference. Sir, kindly repeat once about readline. Yes, I am not complete with readline. I'll explain in detail. Don't worry. Give me a time. Give me a minute. Okay. Basically, I'm trying to copy from some other file. Uh, the lines required to basically lines required to run this line. Yes. Okay. So as I was telling you, we need basically we need read line to take input from the user. So to make what read line does, it basically goes ahead and reads the file for input. Okay. So before using read line, I should copy some 9 lines of code. So please try to follow here. I'm copying some code here. This code, whatever I have written here, before this comment, this line you need to copy in your file to make read line work. Why it is required? These are instructions that helps to read the file. Okay, for read line. But right now I'll not go ahead and explain how it works. It is JavaScript instruction that is written to do some task. What is the meaning of this? We will understand as we go ahead further. Okay. I want to see the output on the web page, like an URL to how to is possible. It will be explained in some time. Okay. Today we'll not do that. So I'll copy these lines in the message box. Go ahead and copy this all lines and paste it in your program. Paste it in your program. Do not try to understand right now. This will be explained to you when time comes. Okay. This will be explained to you when time comes. Please copy this line, the messages that I can't copy, sir. It can't copy it. Okay, from message box you are not able to copy. I can copy. I can select and select all. Select. Okay, copy option it is not providing. Huh? Try Control C and see there if it is you are able to copy. Yes, I'll post on Slack. But now you need to do it, right? So either you type it by yourself, type these lines, or I'll go ahead and post on Slack. Okay. Right away, I'll go ahead and post on Slack. Not able to copy. You open the Slack platform and there I'll copy it. Okay. So you can copy from there right away. Or you can type it as you wish. Okay. Here I'll paste these lines. I pasted those lines. Okay. So you can copy from there. I have pasted these lines on Slack platform, the Slack thread for 13 August batch. You can copy from there. So once you have these lines, now what you need to do is you can say basically you need to read the name, right? So you need to declare a variable. What is a variable? Meaning of these lines can be explained later on. Right now, you just understand I need to copy this black box. Keep it as a black box. You understand, okay, I need to keep it to make read line work. Wherever I'm using read line, I should have these lines pasted in my program. It will be explained, don't worry. Everything will be explained in detail, but not now, because it will confuse things. Will come in some time. Once we understand that you will be able to comprehend this, then we will explain this, okay? So you should copy these lines in your program. Now we want to take input, okay? So how to take input? Basically, we should use read line. How read line works? It goes ahead and reads from a file. So if I say read line and call this function, basically it will go ahead and read the file that will be provided to input. Okay. So whenever you take input, okay, now is used for read line. Okay, sir. Now for now it is used for read line. Yes, yes. So whenever you take some input, like you read some variable, I say 10 plus 20, right? In mathematics, what you do? You declare a variable and assign that value to the variable. Is it right? You are able to follow that? In a mathematics, when you try to add two variables, x and y, what you say, x is equal to 10, y is equal to 20, right? So what you are doing, you are assigning some value to the variable. So in programming languages, when you read some input, some data, the data has to be stored somewhere, right? To process that data, to access that data. So when somebody tells me, okay, this vegetable, when you go to buy some item from the market and they tell you that the price of this per unit per material is 2 rupees, and you are buying four items, what do? You keep two somewhere in your mind, right? You keep two somewhere in your mind, isn't it? You keep two somewhere in your mind and then understand, okay, I'm buying 4 items, so 2 for each item, 2 into 4, and that is it will cost me 8 rupees, right? So to do this mathematics, you need some variable, you need some memory where you keep these values 2 and 4 and the result, right? So similarly in programming language, to store any value, we need some variable. Now variable is what? Variable is basically a name to a memory location. So how it works is, when I read something using read line, basically it will read a variable, it will read some value, either integer, every data in any language, in English, Hindi, maths, whatever you go, any data will have some data type. Why we need the data type? Basically to understand how much memory will be required to store that data. Okay. So when I say 10 is an integer, right? 10.5, when it has a decimal point, it becomes float. So these are number data type for JavaScript. I'll explain in detail in some time, but I'm just giving you an idea. These are data type. These are data that I want to store. Okay. So right now, let me read the name of the person whom I want to say hello. Suppose I want to say hello to Sachin. Okay. So who is Sachin? Sachin is the person who is running this file, who is running this program. Okay. Sachin is who? What are data types? I'll explain. I'll not cover data types right now. I'll cover it in other next session. I'll cover data types in next section. Okay. I'll not go there right now. Let me cover the input device. Okay, just understand I need to store the data in a variable. What are variable? Variable are named to the memory location where we store the value. In real life example, try to understand that in a mall, when we go inside a mall, basically when you carry a purse or carry a bag with you, what you do before entering in the mall, you keep it somewhere, right? You keep it somewhere. They ask you to deposit the bag at the gate of the mall. And what they do, they take the bag, put it in a box, and then give you a token. Why they give you the token? Basically, they give you the token to identify where they have kept your bag, right? Are you able to follow? Why they give you a token? Because they want to understand, they want to identify later on that which bag is yours, where I have kept your material. So you go, when you come out of the mall, you give the token. Basically, they will understand this token number is this box, and they give whatever present in that will give you to you, right? So this token is variable name. Basically, you go ahead and store some value in a memory, and that memory, to access that memory, basically we will use that name, variable name. I'll explain in detail in next class how this variable and data type works. Okay. For now, you understand variable names are used to identify the memory. Okay. So read line will read the value and need to store it somewhere. Where it will store? It will store in a variable. How to declare a variable? Just understand for now. I'll explain it in detail in next class. Okay. So I'll not use let right now. Okay. I'll simply say your name, your underscore name is equal to read line. What read line does? Read line basically reads from a file. Which file? It will go ahead and read one line, and whatever it reads, it assigns that keep it in a memory and assigns that this name, read your name to that memory. Okay. Where it reads, let us run this program. Sir, variable means a memory location to store the value. Variable means a name to the memory location where the value is being stored. Okay. Variable is not the memory location, it is the name to the memory location. The token is not the place where you have stored it, right? The token in the example for the related to mall, the tokens tells you where the memory, in which place the material or your bag has been kept, to identify that location, right? So variable name basically identifies the memory location where your value has been stored. Okay. I might not make most of you will not be able to follow me right now, but it's okay. For now, don't concentrate on data type and variables. I went there to make you understand read line. I'll explain in detail in next class what is variable and what is data type. Okay. If you are able to understand, well and good. If you are not able to understand, I'll explain it in detail. For now, you understand that this whatever read line reads will get stored here. Using this name, I will be able to get the data that is stored here. Okay. So I should say your name and run these programs. First, save this program, Control S, save this program, and try to run this program. See, when I run this program, it gives me error. Why? Because it is trying to read from a file, and I have not provided any file. When you run this program, basically it will give you error. Why? Because it needs a file, input file, from where it should read something. So you go ahead and create a new file. Click OK. And it will be just a text file. Plain text file. Or whatever. Just a text file. Okay. And you give a name, Sachin, and save this file. This is my input file, input underscore file. So this is just an input file, and it has Sachin inside it. Okay. So now if I run my program, with this input, do here and give input to this program. What input I want to give? I want to give input underscore file. So it reads the value. Now it reads the value and it prints only the first name, right? So instead of printing here, I can say what I have read. Let me see what I have read. I have read what? Whatever I have read, I have put it into your name variable. So you should print this variable. See here, I'm not putting it into double quotes. See the difference between first console and second console, okay? First console and second console. First console is double quotes. When it is double quote, basically it will print whatever is present here. When it is not double quote, basically it will try to get the memory location pointed by this variable. If I put it into double quotes, it will print directly yours name. If I put it into double quotes, it will print whatever written as it is. It will print whatever written as it is, your name. But I do not want to print the your name. I want to print the memory or data stored in this variable. So how to print the data stored in this variable? You just pass the variable name. Okay, we get hello Sachin as a string. Yes, will come there. I'm not using these terms because I have not explained it. That's why I'm not using string and these things, data types I'm not using right now. How do we run ever program? Is it clear now? How do you run this program? Node and input file we already saw, but when you do this, it will give you a problem. Why? Because you are trying to read from a file. How to provide the file? You create a new file, write something inside it, a name, and then pass this file as an input to this program. Did you created the file? It is not able to find the file name. Did you created the file? Yes. Then go ahead and type this file here and did you give an angular bracket here? Less than equal to angular bracket here? So sir, I'm not getting output. Can I create a file with dot? No, don't create a JS file. Create a simple file, plain text. Yes. Yes. Yes, it is like that. Here we are reading from a file, okay? Give a angular braces and then type the name of your file, half name, and try to give a tab. If it completes, it is able to find the file. Else it is not able to find the file. Make sure that you have created the input file in the same folder. Did you created the input file from here only itself? Once you have the input file, you press enter, it will read the file. Yes. Instead of giving angular braces, I also give the file path instead of 0 and run the program. Instead of 0, what do you mean by 0? Acha, not only file, the complete path you have given here. Is it like that? That also works. Okay, so must be you close the terminal. Whoever is getting that angular braces cannot be used reserve in the future, you close the terminal. Okay, you go ahead and open the new terminal. When you open a new terminal, make sure that you have your CMD is showing, otherwise it is showing as PS. Make sure you have opened it into command prompt. Make sure that you have opened it into a command prompt. If you have opened it into PS, it will give you error saying that angular braces cannot be used. It is used reserved. Close the terminal and open it again. Because we have set the command prompt as terminal as command prompt or default, it will open a command prompt. Are you getting this command prompt here? If it is command prompt, then angular braces will work, else angular braces will not work. In line number 3, instead of 0, I use give the input file path and run the program simply node.js, input.js. Okay. So you know how it works. That's why you are able to do it. Okay. Are you able to run this program? Whatever input you have written here, are you able to read it? This is very important. Anyone facing problem, please ping me. Not getting output. What is the error you are getting? What is the error you are getting? Sir, facing problem to run next file. Facing problem to run next file. Can't able to run, sir. Why you are not able to run? I cannot see your screen. You should paste me the error so that I can understand. Require is not defined. This shows error. Require is not defined. You have misspelled the line. I you have missed. Search require and replace I. The lines that you have copied, you have misspelled it. You have corrected from the command. I'll paste again. Or go to Slack, and I have copied there also. You can copy from there. I have pasted it again. Go ahead and check the spellings. Did you pasted this console.log your name, variable name? Otherwise it will not print the variable, right? Node is not recognized because your node is not installed. You have not installed JavaScript on your node.js in your laptop. Install it. I have typed by myself. So check it if it is correct. System is not able to find it specified because system is not able to find this file. Make sure that this file is created in the same folder. And if it is not, provide the complete path. Not getting output. Where is the problem? This is the error I got, sir. What error? This is the error. This is the error I got. What error? Paste the error. Sir, I'm getting like syntax of the command is incorrect. Make sure that you copy these 9 lines correctly. Best way is to open the Slack. There I have copied these lines and copies as it is because we don't understand right now what it does. As a result, we are not able to type it correctly. Somewhere, even if you misspell capital somewhere, it will create problem. It should be as, if it is capital, it should be capital. If small, it should be small. Showing untitled file because you have not copied it. Module not found. Which module found? User input output.js 2.module. From the error that you have posted, I feel like JavaScript is not node.js, but node.js is able to understand. Try to check the 9 lines that I have copied here, showing untitled file. For person who is showing untitled file, try to save the file and give a name to the file. Can you please tell the process to save the text file? Just go to the file and create press Control and S. Control S will work. Or you can go ahead and here you will find save all. Click on save all. Can you repeat once Sachin folder? See, I am in the same file. When I go ahead and create a file from here, new file, basically I end up in the same folder. It doesn't change the folder. So suppose I want to create a new input file. Okay, let me create a new input file. Please follow. I'll not use this one. Okay, I'll not use this one. I'll close my terminal also. Suppose I want to execute this program. Please follow. Okay. Abhishek, I got this message. Let me check if you have posted earlier any message. So in recent past, you have I'm not able to see in your message. Please send more messages. Now type your doubt now. So neither use of text file in terminal can be got output. So please follow now. Okay, please follow my screen. Here, see, I have these 9 lines of code. Then I use this read line to read the file, and I have pasted whatever I read. Now I want to execute this. To execute this, basically read line will try to read from a file, right? That I want to provide as an input. So go in the file, click on new file. Once you have in the new file, click on text file. So it will open you this file, right? So here you type some name like Sachin. Once you type this name, do Control S. Control S. When you do Control S, basically it will open you to name the file. Are you getting? It will give. It will open to name a file. Here you name it like input. Okay, only input. And save. So did it save the file input.txt? Are you here with me? Input.txt is saved. Are you able to see this? Input.txt. Is the file is different locations are. If the file is in different location, then you should pass the complete path. Don't go there for different location. The way I have shown you, please follow this. Click on new file or go to file, new file. When you click new file, click on the default text. When you go here, write Sachin and do a Control S. When you do a Control S, basically it will ask you to name the file and do a save. Are you able to complete that? It's saving as input STY. No, don't save as STY. Plain text. So go to file, go to new file, click on text file built in. It doesn't save like this, right? It is opening the normal file, text file. Now here you write Sachin and do a Control S. Make sure that save as type is plain text. Here, save as type plain text. And name the file something, input1. Save. Is it done? Are you able to open this file? Now, once you have this file open, go to terminal, open a new terminal. Make sure this terminal is a command prompt terminal. Once you have the terminal, type node, then file name. What is our file name? Input output, input underscore output. Then give a angular braces and give the input file. For me, it is input. I have a lot of files, so let me say input. Once you save input, run the file. When I run the file, it gives me problem. What it says, Sachin is not defined. Where I have used Sachin. What did I run? See, I run a wrong file. Input file I have run. I should run input output file, right? Input output, and it should take input as an input. Node enjoyed as output. Sir, you only entered. Yes. That is okay. Are you guys able to follow till now? Is it clear? Module not find, I feel that something is missing, or either you have typed wrong the above commands, or you have not installed JavaScript correctly. Is it clear till now? Give me +1 if you are able to understand whatever I have explained till now. Okay. So we'll do this same thing in form of a program so that we will understand how to solve a program. Okay. So let me open a new file. How to open a new file? Go to file, go to new file, built-in text. Okay. And here you say, I will write a problem statement. I'll write a problem statement. Okay. So what is the question that we want to do here? Question is, read customer's name and show a greetings in the format hello customer name. Okay, this is a problem statement. Okay, what will be input? One line containing string denoting the customer name, customer's name. So input will be given to us as a customer name. What will be output? Output should be one line containing a string denoting the greetings. Example, test case, input Ravi and output hello Ravi. So if input is Ravi, our out should be hello Ravi. Okay. So this thing we have already done. We know how to take input, we know how to give output, and we have already done it here. What we need to do, we need to read the line and the input file will have Ravi and we will need to display the name. But I wanted to discuss how we should solve a problem. So all the problems that we will face or solve will be given in this format. Okay. There will be a problem statement. This is called problem statement. This is input detail. This is output detail. And then there is a sample test cases. Okay. So every problem that we solve, we will follow a 6 pointer to solve a problem. What are these 6 pointers? Let me type it here. Okay. So these are steps to solve a problem. Steps to solve a problem. You should always follow these pointers to solve any problem. What are these? First one is understand the problem statement. Understand the problem. Second one is coming up with a new test cases. Coming up with new test cases. Sir, yes. So coming up with new test cases. What is new test cases? Let me explain one by one and then we'll go to the next one. So understand the problem statement. What is this means? You should read the question properly and try to understand what is the problem statement. What problem you want to solve with your program. So read here, read customer's name. So basically you need to read the customer name. So you need to take an input, right? You need to take an input, read customer's name. You need to take an input and ask the customer to enter his name. Once you get the input, show a greetings in format this. So basically you need to give an output like hello, and then whatever customer has entered, his name, whatever his name he has entered, I need to display that. So this is what we are able to understand, input and output from the problem statement. Next thing is coming up with new test cases. So what can be the sample input? One input is provided to us like Ravi. Hello Ravi, right? We need to print. Somebody can enter anything like Sweta, right? So in that case, what will be the expected output? Our output should be hello Sweta. If somebody enters name as Sehwag, so what should be the output? It should be hello Sehwag. Basically, these are the test cases that you should run before submitting your problem. After coding by yourself, you should dry run. I'll come to dry run. So you should do dry run and then run your program for these inputs. If by taking this input, if you are getting these outputs, that means your program is running correct. So you should, along with the given test cases, you should write your test cases. Able to understand what is test cases? Yes, recordings will be available to us, to everyone. Are you guys getting this? How to solve any problem that you get will be in this format, okay? And how to approach the problem? First one is understand the problem statement. Second one is come up with the new test cases. Third one is coming up with an algorithm. So basically you should write an algorithm. Coming up with algorithm. What is algorithm? Algorithm is basically writing the instruction in English language and then converting it into Java name. How to give dynamic names, sir? This is dynamic name, right? These names are dynamic. You are choosing what name you need to go. If you change the name here, the name in the program will change, isn't it? Dynamic name is what? Changing when depending on the input. So it is changing depending on input. Step-to-step solution. Sir, in terminal output, it is showing us hello and Ravi is different lines. Yes, I'll come there. You can use the same. Here we are using two different console statements. As a result, it is showing in two different lines. We can use here plus statement to concatenate these strings, two strings. Okay. I'll come there. Come up with an algorithm. How to do that? I'll discuss that. Fourth point is convert algorithm into code. Basically, you should write the code. You will get the importance of these steps when you go ahead and write complex code. Okay. Then dry run. What is dry run? Dry run is like revising. When in maths exam, when you solve the problem, manually we are writing, giving names like Ravi, Sweta, but you're providing as an input file, right? Here you can change the input. So basically, while reading the input, basically you are asking to write it into a file and then provide it, like ATM card. Your ATM card will have the name, you insert it. Similarly, we are using this file to read the input. And sixth one is run, execute the program. These are the 6 steps you should follow every time you solve a problem. Okay, what is dry run? Dry run may be a new word for you. So dry run is what? When you solve a math problem, you run the problem with the output, right? You take some input and run the program and check. Okay, do this step, do this. Left hand side is equal to right hand side, and it is working fine. So before submitting the exam, you revise it, right? So before executing, you run the program by yourself. Dry run the program. Run the program in your mind. It's called dry run. What is dry run? run the program in your mind, go step by step and check if the instruction is able to do what you made to do. That is called dry run. So your mother is have written an instruction. So before writing the instruction, to make the sure that the instruction is non-ambiguous, you go ahead and see the instruction, right? Wake up, go to the brush your teeth, go to breakfast and take the breakfast. These are the instructions that you have written. So going through the instructions again in your mind is called dry run. Am I clear till now, guys? You're able to understand? Give me +1 if you are in the same page till now, if you are able to follow me till now. Okay, this was very first class. So first is so in my this was very first class. I tried to explain. There might be some confusion in your mind. We will solve next class. We will start by solving this problem and trying to understand all the 6 statements that we have written, 6 steps to solve a problem. And we will go ahead and learn about data types and variables, more about it, okay, in next class. So be excited. We are going to learn new concept in the next class. I hope you enjoyed, understood the things that we have done here. I'll explain that in your next class, okay? We have consumed our allocated time. Thanks everyone. Thanks for attending. Hope the class was interesting. You were able to understand, draw a picture. I promise I'll try my best to make it more interesting from the next coming classes, okay? No, JavaScript is not over. JavaScript will take some time to explain you everything, okay? It will have a lot of classes. 6 lines, 9 lines actually used to explain it. Okay, everyone, thanks. I'll stop the session now. Let us meet in the next session and go forward. For practice sessions, follow your calendar, you will get invites. Please check the calendars, you will get invites. Join the classes as per your calendar. Okay. Yes. Okay, guys, let's meet in the next class. Thanks, everyone. Thanks. Bye now.